suffer no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah, refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, applied myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, applied myself.
Welcome back. Hold on, my bad, Mr. Chairman. Welcome back to CTC. I am your gracious host, Carl, and I got a little nightcap episode for y'all. I told y'all I'll be back tonight. Another long day of work, so I'm a little late tonight. Couldn't do it before the games, but I got the recaps for the games for y'all. So, hold on, I'm just trying to fix my stream real quick. But yeah, I got the recaps for y'all as well. Excuse me, I got the New Mexico State, Louisiana Tech recap, and I do have the Liberty at Western Kentucky recap, as well as the weekday previews for the rest of the weekday of week 9. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 5 games for you there. Before I get started on the content, I would ask that you like, comment, and subscribe as I look for the banner. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like the content on this show, CTC. If you like the content on the main show featuring Joe, Tomo, and Dave. If you like the content on BWT, Baseball with Teddy. Hey, appreciate it, my guy. I feel like I got lucky, but I mean, hey, I'll take it. I did want the Rangers and the D-backs with the Rangers winning it all in the World Series, and here we are. Also, if you like the content on FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs, I think he's going live tomorrow morning where he does his Fantasy Heroes, Fantasy Bus, start, bench, things of that nature. You got the Joe Jordan show, which I think he shall be going live soon. Again, I don't want to spoil what his show is about. Then we got Dave's Doghouse, which again should be live tomorrow. He's going to make a dog out of you, and he's going to throw some dogs in the doghouse. So if you want to nominate one for each, hit up, join a member, become a member in the chats, and hit up Dave, and then see your dog be a dog or your dog in a doghouse. But that's it for all the shows. So please just leave a like, comment, subscribe, go down the rabbit hole, listen to a couple videos. If you like the content, stick with us, man. So we're going to get into our first recap of the night. And it was New Mexico State at Louisiana Tech. New Mexico State 27, Louisiana Tech 24. I did pick New Mexico State to win. They were underdogs on FanDuel. So, hey, if you took my advice and you took New Mexico State, you got some plus money value there. Appreciate it. But, yeah, you do have plus money value there if you did take that game. We're going to get into the game a little bit. So, first of all, Louisiana Tech, they came out hot. New Mexico State, yeah, I'm ready to get them all for the members only, but New Mexico State came out slow. Louisiana Tech came out hot. Louisiana Tech starts after they both punt. So Louisiana Tech punts after one first down. New Mexico State goes 3 and out off the break. Louisiana Tech then gets a 42-yard field goal, set up by a 47-yard Kyle Maxwell catch. But an unfortunate chop blocking call after that moves Louisiana Tech back, kind of destroys the drive, leads to just them settling the field goal. Then New Mexico State does nothing. Louisiana Tech gets the ball and scores a 1-yard Hank Bachmeier touchdown run, but the point after attempt is blocked. Now, that was just a long, good drive. No major plays there. New Mexico State finally answers with a 48-yard field goal, set up by a 26-yard Jonathan Brady catch and a personal foul flag. We move on to Louisiana Tech answering with another 1-yard touchdown run by Hank Bachmeier. So the score is like 21-3. No, not 21-3. Excuse me. It's 16-3. New Mexico State answers with a 19-yard Diego Pavetta touchdown run. Again, you can't allow him to get out the pocket. You can't allow him to score and break long runs. This is what he does. Design runs, scramble runs. He's going to break a long run. Can't allow it. Scores a 19-yard touchdown run. Set up by a 24-yard Jamani Jones run. So now 16-10. And this is like going into halftime. So going into halftime. No, Louisiana Tech. I think I missed it. I think I forgot to write it down. Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure I remember Louisiana Tech missing a field goal right before half, and I forgot to write it down. So my apologies on that. But I believe they missed a field goal. I'm trying to get the yardage on that for y'all. I want to say it was like 44, 45-ish yards. I do remember them missing a field goal before the half because I thought they missed a field goal. It was close to mid-range. It was like 6 seconds left. I was like, do Mexico State, do they take a shot? Try to call a timeout, or try to get out of bounds, or try to get a field goal of their own. So let me see here. Yeah, they missed a 46-yard field goal. That's what it was. They missed a 46-yard field goal before the half. Now, New Mexico State, they get the ball back, and they take up like 8 minutes in the third quarter to score. They score a 8-yard Trent Hudson touchdown catch, which was set up by a 26-yard Diego Pavetta run. Long drive to start the third quarter. They go up 17-16 with that drive. Then Louisiana Tech gets the ball, and Hank Bachmeier is sacked and fumbles, which leads to a 1-yard Jamani Jones touchdown run. So they go up 24-16. Louisiana Tech would then answer with a 3-yard John Locke touchdown reception and get the 2-point conversion to tie the ball game at 24 apiece. But New Mexico State would then get a 31-yard field goal set up by Star Thomas' 40-yard run, which he almost fumbled the rock at the end of that play, but he didn't. Thank God for anybody who followed my advice. 26-yard Monte Watkins run soon after followed, but it just leads to 3 to go up 27-24. Hank Bachmeier would then get the ball back, but he is blitzed and sacked, and he fumbles the rock. New Mexico State recovers with 2 minutes and some change left, but Louisiana Tech has all 3 timeouts. New Mexico State goes 3 and out, so they have to punt the ball back. And with 1 opportunity left, Louisiana Tech on 4th and 1, facing its second 4th and 1 of the drive. Pass is incomplete. Great play by the defender. Knocks the ball out. The receiver had no chance. Now, I wanted to talk about that for a second because the previous play was 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. And Hank Bachmeier threw what should have been a first down to Smoke Harris. But Smoke Harris, trying to do too much and make a play, ran backwards, didn't run forward to get the first down. Ran backwards. Nice open field tackle by New Mexico State. Brings up the 4th and 1. No timeouts. Have to hurry up and snag the ball. Don't get the benefits of a periodically stopped clock because you didn't get the first down. So it's not temporarily stopped. It's going. They have to call a play. I thought they was going to run it on that 4th and 1 and then try to spike it because the clock was stopped and the linemen were all right there. It wouldn't be a long run. I don't think that would have broke a long run, but I do think they would have got to run enough to get the first down. Lineman right there, you might lose another 2-3 seconds due to the temporary stop of the clock. But they try to pass for it, don't get it after getting the first 4th and 1 by running the football. So that would be the ball game. Like I said, New Mexico State wins it 27-24. New Mexico State, man, defensively, Louisiana Tech was doing a lot of things that they wanted. I understand that Louisiana Tech only had 1 touchdown in the second half, but again, like Dave said earlier with his 49ers, they were just moving up and down the field. Now, the defense made timely plays, 2 fumbles in the second half, 1 off a blitz, 1, I think Hank Bachmeier was just holding on to the football too long. Defense made timely plays. So shout out to them for that. New Mexico State fixed it, got the offense fixed after a terrible first, 3 drives. Finally got the offense rolling. Great W by New Mexico State. They are now bowl eligible at 6-3. So shout out to them. Shout out Diego Pavetta. And shout out for making a bowl game. I posted it on my IG notes. Will New Mexico State be bowl eligible tonight? My answer was yes, because I picked them to win, and they proved me right. So we move on to our next next recap, and that will be Liberty at Western Kentucky. And as I picked Liberty to win, on FanDuel, I picked Liberty minus the 5.5. And as you can see with the score at the bottom of the ticker, Liberty won 42-29. So I did have a parlay, a little 2-game Tuesday parlay. It did hit, a little $5 free bet for $15. So it did hit. Liberty minus 5.5 hit. So let's get into the game a little bit. Western Kentucky gets ball first with a 2-yard touchdown, and they scored a 2-yard touchdown pass to Malachi Corley, set up by a 27-yard Elijah Young run. But then Liberty would then respond with a 20-yard Caden Salter touchdown run. Again, I said it in the preview. Western Kentucky could not allow Caden Salter to get going on the ground. Quarterback, so what? He's so dynamic. He has 7 with that touchdown on the ground, like 500 yards on the ground. He's a dynamic passer. You got to make him beat you with arm. He can't beat you both ways because if he does, it's a wrap. And as you can see, as we go on, it becomes a wrap. Then with 12, so we get 2 punts. So with 12:39 left in the second quarter, Western Kentucky actually scores a 26-yard field goal. But then Liberty will answer with a 47-yard C.J. Daniels touchdown reception. And they converted 2 4th-and-1s on that drive. Now, on that play, C.J. Daniels was rolling. Not C.J. Daniels, excuse me. Caden Salter was rolling by the scramble. Finds C.J. Daniels late, wide open. All right, so I guess the defender just committed to him scrambling. He was wide open. He didn't plaster, lead to a touchdown. Western Kentucky misses a 36-yard field goal, which leads to a Liberty punt. But then Western Kentucky and Austin Reed would then throw an interception right before the half in the back of the end zone. Kobe Singleton. I love Kobe Singleton as a DB. I think he's one of the better DBs in Conference USA. Catches the interception, goes into halftime, and then coming out of halftime, Liberty would 3-and-out punt. But so with Western Kentucky. So we started the first half with touchdowns. We started the second half with punts. Liberty would then score a 9-yard touchdown pass to Victor Vinn, set up by a 17-yard Aaron Bega run. Then Liberty would then score a 2-yard Quentin Cooley touchdown run. So he had to get a touchdown. Western Kentucky's not good at stopping the run. He normally scores, so it just goes hand in hand. Then Western Kentucky would then answer with a 43-yard Elijah Young touchdown reception. But then Liberty would answer with a 6-yard Aaron Bega touchdown run, set up by two defensive penalties. But Liberty would then get a unsportsmanlike conduct after the touchdown, leads to a good field position. And Western Kentucky will answer with a 63-yard touchdown pass to River Helms, but the 2-point is no good. Liberty would then answer with a 27-yard Trayon Sibley touchdown catch on 4th and 5. Western Kentucky on 4th and 12 would score a 21-yard Malachi Corley touchdown reception, set up by a 26-yard Malachi Corley catch. But Liberty would recover the onside kick, get a first down, run the clock out, and that'll be a ball game. Liberty wins 42-29. Liberty offense was more just sustained more than Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky picked up late after scoring 10 points in the first half. Western Kentucky also made the mistakes. They threw the pick. They had to turn one down. So you can't – they had to miss field goals, not the turnover downs. That's Louisiana Tech. They had to miss field goals. They had the interception. Liberty did not have those things. You can't do that against Liberty. Liberty now moves to 8-0, best team in the Conference USA, looking to win the Conference USA title for their first year in Conference USA. Western Kentucky would normally be competing with UTSA for that, but UTSA is now gone to Conference USA, and Western Kentucky is now 4-4, I believe. They're not even bowl eligible as of yet. So great win by Liberty. Liberty, just keep doing your thing. Jamie Chadwell's taking over the program and has done wonders for this program. The program was already left kind of in good hands, and he just took it to another level. So shout out Jamie Chadwell. So that's it for the recaps I have for y'all today. I will be back Thursday to recap Wednesday and Thursday and preview Saturday games. But let's get on to these previews for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And we got to start with my boys down at Jack State. Jack State, as you can see, again, for those who that haven't been here or those who just realized, because I just started this yesterday, I got the little gambling, the spread right here under the ticker for the favorite. So Jack State is favored by -7.5. Oh, I had to say -7.5. Jack State is favored by 7.5 points against FIU at home. Now, what sucks about that before I get into this preview, Jack State was like -1.5, favored by 2.5 points, maybe even 3.5. Before Monday, I believe that Sunday, they were favored by like no more than 3.5 points. And that spread has gone haywire. And no longer is it that low, which kind of scares me. But I do think Jack State can cover that. But there's also the factor of FIU being 7.5-point home dogs. So it's tricky. That gets dicey. But let's get into the preview. Jack State, Malik Jackson was in a boot last week, so it's going to be up to Anwar Lewis and the boys. Zion Webb has to continue his play. Like, I won't say it's excellent play because still leaves a little bit much to be desired throwing the football, but running the football, options, read options, things of that nature. He's been making great decisions. Get to Keon Jenkins, 25 sacks on the year. I think that's led by Chris Hardy, the D lineman, DN for Jack State, number 91. Get Perry Carter the football. Got to get Perry Carter the football again. He's a deep threat. I think he had a 46-yard touchdown last week. He's a deep threat. He's a deep ball guy. Got to give him the football. Continue to establish the run. They average 211.3 yards per game on the ground, which is phenomenal. Now, for FIU, have to stop the run because they allow 186.1 yards per game on the ground defensively. So that kind of feeds into Jack State's game plan. So FIU has to cut that out. Get Chris Mitchell the football, best receiver on the team. Got to give him the football. He really helps Keon Jenkins out a lot. Contains Zion Webb, and what I mean by this is don't let him beat you with his legs. Make him beat you with his arm. Make him beat you with his arm. Get Jack State behind the chains. They're not an offense built to be behind the chains, not consistently. They want to stay in front of the chains. That's why they do so well running the football. They want 2nd and 6. They want 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. They don't want 2nd and 11, 2nd and 8. Very few teams want that, let alone teams that run the football. Run to set up the pass. So get Shamari Lawrence the ball. I don't know why I keep messing up Owens' first name, but I think it's Keyshawn Owens. Get Keyshawn Owens the football. Run these guys. Make Jack State creep up so you can get Chris Mitchell to beat them deep. But with that being said, I know spread-wise is dicey, but head up, I'm taking Jack State. Jack State coming off the huge victory at home against Western Kentucky. Now 6-2. Would be bowl eligible, but they're not allowed to play in a bowl game due to the stupid rules of transferring up. They're not bowl eligible. They're not eligible to be even considered for their conference championship game. So, again, these games are like that for them. These are their bowl games. These are their conference championship games because they don't have a chance to have a postseason. So they have to treat these games like the postseason. It sucks. I really do think it sucks, but it's the rule, unfortunately. And so with that, I'm gonna take Jack State, and Jack State is just a better team. They're just a better team. So, moving on, we go to our next game, UTEP at Sam Houston State, which Sam Houston State at 0-7 are 3.5-point favorites at home. And I'll get into that. So UTEP, Cade McConnell cannot start slow. He started off slow last week, and he never found a rhythm for real, and they just got blown out by New Mexico State last week, 28-7. Got to start faster. Continue to establish Deion Hankins and Torrance Burgess. Those are the running backs. Those are the anchors of your team. You got to get them the football. Don't give them a run. Establish the run. Get the ball to Kelly Akari. I have this with 3 exclamation points. The game that they won with Cade McConnell, Kelly Akari had 220-plus yards on the air and 2 touchdowns. He made major performances. Last week, I think he had 1 or 2 catches for like 19 or like somewhere in the teens or the 20s. And they got blown out. You got to get Kelly Akari the football. 50-50 balls. Try to feed him the rock. I'm not saying force it to him every drive, every other play, but you do need to get your playmakers the ball, and he's one of those guys. Contain Keegan Schumacher. He's like the driving force of the Sam Houston State offense. So you got to contain him and have to stop the run because they allow 186.8 yards per game on the ground. But on the flip side, and this is one of the keys for Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State only averages 74.3 yards per game on the ground, which is horrendous. So one of my keys for Sam Houston State is they have to establish a run. Can't be one-dimensional. Just part of the reason why you're 0-7 is because you're one-dimensional. Can't think of blowing last week's game. They blew last week's game. I said it last week. Last week made me think that Sam Houston State is allergic to winning. You got to get over it, though. You just got to keep fighting, keep putting your head down, and going to work. Got that one too. Also have to stop the run because they allow 177.4 yards per game on the ground, which feeds right into UTEP. UTEP averages 186. They allow 177. Pretty much matches up. So they have to find a way to stop the run. Can they get to Cade McConnell? This Sam Houston State defense only has 11 sacks through 7 games. That is not good. That's an average of like less than 1.5 sacks a game. Can they get to him? Can they get them on the ground? Can they get them behind the chains? And I think they have to play a complete game. I still have yet to think that Sam Houston State has played a complete game. So they have to play one. They have to figure out a way to play a complete game if they want to win this game. But I went Sam Houston State 2 weeks in a row. I can't do it a third. Now, if they win, oh well. But I'm taking UTEP on the road. I just can't do it, man. Like I said, I just feel like Sam Houston State is allergic to winning. I think their time to win was last week. Now, they do have a pretty good chance of winning this week. I disagree. I think the wrong team is favored, however. But I'm going to go UTEP. If Sam Houston State win, congratulations. I'll be happy for them, but I just can't do it 3 weeks in a row. Moving on, we go to our Thursday slot. Syracuse at Virginia Tech. Thursday, 7:30 on ESPN. And my apologies. Jack State, you can catch Wednesday, 7 o'clock on CBSN, CBS Sports Network. And UTEP at Sam Houston State, you can catch Wednesday on 8 o'clock on ESPN2. Moving on to Thursday, which y'all might watch the first half of this game because we have Thursday night football. Bills play the Bucks, I believe. But we got Syracuse at VTech. VTech is favored by 2.5 points, as you can see here. Syracuse, Garrett Schrader, play mistake-free. He has 5 interceptions on the year. He got to stop the picks. Got to play mistake-free. Garrett Schrader, get established on the ground. When he goes off on the ground, they're going to win that game. There's very few games I think Garrett Schrader has gone crazy on the ground. They lost. So, have to establish the run by him. But while doing that, you can't forget about LaQuint Allen, the running back, dynamic guy. Can't forget about him. Have to stop Jalen Lane, the wide receiver for Virginia Tech. He's probably their best weapon at Virginia Tech. And the defense has to get to Kyron Jones. Kyron Jones only has 1 interception on the year, so you got to get to him, make him throw a pick. Because Garrett Schrader right now with 5, got to try to force a couple turnovers. For VTech, stop Garrett Schrader from running. Like I said, there's very few games that I think Garrett Schrader went crazy on the ground and lost. Win the turnover battle. 1 pick compared to 5. You got to win it. You're at home. You win the turnover battle. The more turnovers you get, the more crowd gets involved, the more momentum swing. Establish Bashar Tootin, the running back. You have to stop the run because they allow 172.1 yards per game, which feeds into the whole Garrett Schrader, LaQuint Allen narrative. And Kyron Jones has to set up the pass game. I mean, they have to get the pass game going. I believe they only average like 100-something yards a game passing. I forgot to write that one down. That's on me. They average 219.4, which is not bad, but it's not great. So they got to establish a pass. With that being said, however, I'm gonna take Syracuse on the road again. I think this is the wrong team favored. I think Syracuse is the better team here. Their strength is what VTech weakness is. I think they will be able to get to Kyron Jones. I think Syracuse wins this game. Wrong team favorite. I trust Garrett Schrader more than I trust Kyron Jones. I get it, even though with the 5 picks. I just do. I wasn't a huge fan of Kyron Jones at Baylor either. So I'm gonna take Syracuse here. Next game we have on tap is probably the best game, in my opinion, of the weekday slot, and that's Georgia State at Georgia Southern. Little in-state rivalry, in-state Sunbelt rivalry here. We got Georgia State, who is now bowl eligible as of last week with the upset, quote-unquote upset, due to the books win over Louisiana, which I called. Now we have Georgia State at Georgia Southern. Huge Sunbelt implications in this game. So, we're going to start. Oh, this game is Thursday, 7:30 on ESPN2. So, Syracuse VTech is on ESPN. This game is on ESPN2. Georgia State have to bounce back from the second half shutout. I understand they won the game last week, but still, they did not score in the second half. Have to bounce back from that. Feed Marcus Carroll, their running back, one of the best running backs in the Sunbelt. He had a little hiccup at the goal line with a fumble, but I think he'll bounce back from that. Just keep feeding him. Darren Granger is always key through the air, through the ground, on the ground. Like Darren Granger, I understand they scored when Darren Granger got hurt, but you could tell that offense was completely different. They scored because they were at like the 3-yard line. They ran a play, the backup quarterback got in. Like that was the reason why they scored without him there. But that defense that offense is completely different with him there. Find Robert Lewis, who's their best receiver. Stop the pass from Georgia Southern because they average 318.7 yards per game passing the football. Now, for Georgia Southern, contain Darren Granger. I said this during Coastal. He pops off the run at times. If Georgia State is stale, he breaks a run. It's just like all the momentum shifts, like all the confidence from the O-line to the running backs. The whole offense confidence just bolsters, and the game can get out of hand. Stop Marcus Carroll. Again, that's one of the best running backs in the Sun Belt. Davis Brent has to stop the interceptions. He has 11 interceptions on the year for Davis Brent. He has to stop. Force a turnover. This defense has 9 interceptions on the year, which is really good. I think they're 5-2, so they average like 1 and some change of interceptions a game, which is good to average more than 1 or more picks a game. And explosive plays. They need explosive plays. They were getting some against JMU. They just weren't able to sustain it, but I think JMU was at home that game. This game, Georgia Southern's at home. So the explosive plays would definitely help momentum swings, especially with the home crowd. But I'm going to lean Georgia State in this game. I thought Georgia State would be favored in this game. Now, -1.5 shows that the game of Georgia Southern might be favored just because of the home team. If Georgia State was at home, they would be favored. And I'm going to take Georgia State partly for that reason. I just think Georgia State might be the better football team. And I trust Darren Granger not to turn the ball over, but I don't trust Davis Brent to turn the ball over. If you remember versus JMU, he had 2 picks against that JMU defense, which is extraordinary, by the way, but he still was turning the rock over. He turns the ball over. I can't trust that over a guy I know will probably pop off the offense more than put the offense on the bench. So I'm going to go with Georgia State in this game. And our last game I have for y'all is FAU at Charlotte. FAU favored by 4.5 points on the road. You can catch that game Friday on ESPN2 at 7:30. If you're not watching NBA basketball, I might be flipping between both because college isn't exactly here yet. But FAU, Daniel Richardson, again, no interceptions. He has 5 touchdowns, 6 picks. Bad touchdown to interception ratio. Have to stop the run. They allow 163 yards per game on the ground. Established Larry McCammon, who has 472 yards and 4 touchdowns on the year at running back. Find LaJohntay Wester, who has 636 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year at wide receiver. And make Charlotte have to score because Charlotte only averaged 14.6 points per game, which is a little. That might be like Iowa level of points per game. Like, that is terrible, especially for college football. All the possessions in college football, that is a low points per game average. Now for Charlotte, Trexler Ivy, terrible touchdown to interception ratio. His touchdown to interception ratio, 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, so 1 touchdown for every 2 picks. That is terrible. Have to establish some offense. Again, they only average 14.6 points per game. Have to establish the pass because they only average 166.4 yards per game. Force turnovers because you're probably going to be turning the ball over yourself. You got to get those possessions back. You got to hit explosive plays again to get the home crowd involved because you don't score already. Your quarterback does turn the ball over. You got to do something to get this home crowd involved and not make them walk off. So you got to hit explosive plays. But with that being said, I'm taking the FAU, and I'm liable to take the 4.5 points, lay them with FAU. I just don't trust Charlotte at all this year. Offensively, it's pretty bad. FAU ain't that great either, but I think they're better than Charlotte at this point. They did put up a couple points against UTSA last week, so I'll take FAU in this game. Now, that's it. That's all I have for y'all tonight. Like I said, a quick little episode to get the weekday previews out for y'all and get the recap for Tuesday night. I will be back Thursday. If the schedule permits, I'll be back Thursday at 5 o'clock. I am off work Thursday, so I will be ready. So I will have everything written up for y'all Thursday at 5 o'clock. But I hope you enjoyed, again, the preview and the recap. Hope to see y'all Thursday. And with that being said, I'm gone. Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe, and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.